Hi everyone, Arian from IgnitePost here. Today I'm going to do a quick walkthrough demo video of how to use Zapier to set up a custom flow with IgnitePost's Zapier app. Now if you've never used Zapier, it's a very powerful tool that essentially lets you create custom workflows between applications which otherwise may not be connected. So as an example, let's say that every time a new row is added to a Google spreadsheet, we wanted to trigger a handwritten card to be sent. We can do that using Zapier pretty simply. So what I'll do now is I'll walk through that example and show you how quick and easy it is to set it up. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is create a Zapier account if you don't have one yet. And when you do, you get put on the Zapier dashboard, which is where I am right now. So what we'll do is we'll click Make a Zap, and that will bring up the Zap editor and allow us to connect Google Sheets to IgnitePost's app. So the first thing that we'll want to do is choose the trigger event that we want, which is obviously adding a new row to a Google spreadsheet. So if we search for Google Sheets, there it is, comes up right here. All right, so anytime a new row gets added to a Google Sheet, we're going to want to trigger a handwritten note. So we click to choose the trigger event, and we'll just choose this new spreadsheet row option, which is great, and then click continue. All right, now it's asking me to connect my Google Sheets account. So what I will do is I will sign in to my account. I already had an account set up here, but if you don't, you basically just sign into your Google account, and it's quick and easy to get set up and connect. So I'll hit continue. Okay, so now what we'll want to do is customize the spreadsheet row. So any data that we're going to want to use, we need to set up here so that we can pull it in correctly. So what I have done is I have set up a Google Sheet in my Google Drive that has the necessary fields, so first name, last name, and the necessary address fields. So what I want to do is I want to tell Zapier to use this field, to use this spreadsheet when pulling fields to use for my handwritten note. So for spreadsheet, I named it IgnitePost Zapier Testing Sheet, which I see is this first sheet that appears here. So we'll click there to connect that one. The worksheet is the sheet within that spreadsheet that we want to connect. I only have one. It's just named Sheet 1, so we will connect that. And we'll hit Continue. So after this loads, we have the option to test and review data. So we'll click Test and Review. It's testing connection to see if they can find a spreadsheet row. I don't have anything in there just yet, so I'm not surprised that it's finding an error. So what we'll do is we'll go and we'll add some information. Bob Smith, test at example.com, 123 Main Street, part 2. Perfect. So now we have a row for Zapier to actually find. Let's see what it found. So lo and behold, it found my test row. Great. So now that we know that that's working, let's hit Done Editing, and we'll get rid of the Zap error. So now that we know that we can successfully find a row in a spreadsheet, let's set up the trigger, which is going to be an IgnitePost handwritten note. So to do this, we click on the Do This action. We search for IgnitePost, which it is right here. And we're going to choose the Create Handwritten Card action. Hit Continue. Okay, so now it's asking to choose an IgnitePost account. So I can choose one of these that I already have set up, or I can add a new account. So why don't I add a new account, and we'll take you through everything. Okay, so it says enter your API key located at the dashboard. Let's click on the dashboard. So if I don't have an IgnitePost account, I'm going to want to create one. So I'll click Create an Account. And I will name this Arian admin Arian plus demo at IgnitePost.com. Let's just do a sample phone number, and we'll hit sign up. Great. So now what we need to do is we need to get an API key to feed into our Zapier app. So you have two options. One, in the upper right-hand corner, I can hover over my name and come down to API keys, and that will take me to the necessary screen. I don't have an API key yet, so let's go ahead and create one. Click Create an API Key. Just give it any name. Zapier key works well. Zapier key. And then hit Create API Key. And so by default, everything is hidden. So the first thing we want to do is click Show so that we can see the API key here. We want to highlight everything and then copy it. So Control C. And then come back to our Zapier step here. Say Add New Account. And we want to enter our API key here. So Control V or Command V if you're on a Mac. Paste it. Hit Yes, Continue. Great. And now my account is connected. So let's hit Continue here. Okay. So one note with API keys on IgnitePost, by default, all new keys are not live, so they are in test mode. So this allows us to test as much as we want without actually triggering orders that are going to be written out and sent on our behalf. So now that we have our account connected, the next thing we want to do is customize the card we want sent. So IgnitePost allows you to have a series of template cards that you can trigger whenever you want. So here's a couple of template cards we have. Let's choose our default thank you card. And as you see, in this help text here, it actually has an example of text that you could use. So we can paste this in our letter message, and this is what will actually be written out and sent. Just wanted to reach out and say thank you for being such an amazing customer, etc., etc. Now, if you do want to personalize your message here, you can actually personalize your message with any field from a previous step. That's what makes Zapier super powerful. So if I wanted to say, hi so-and-so, I can do that by saying hi, and then clicking this plus here. And this gives me the option to see any field that was pulled in from a previous step. So my sample data, I created a Bob Smith in my field, in my spreadsheet field. So that allows me to use the first name that I pulled in here. So, hi Bob, just wanted to say thank you for being an amazing customer. Best, Arian. So that allows me to set up the letter message. If I wanted to set up a return address, I can do that right here. So let's say Arian Radman. Let's say my return address is 890 Park Street, Unit 3, South Park, Colorado. Sender zip. Okay. Now, the recipient name is required, and so what we'll probably want to do is pull things from our Google Sheet because this is who we're sending a note to. So we'll say the recipient name is first name, last name. If there's a company name, we can put that here. We do need the recipient's address, so let's get that from the spreadsheet as well. Address 1. And let's get address 2. We need the recipient's city, so we'll pull that from here. Recipient state, and then zip. Zip. Perfect. So we'll hit continue. Okay, so now we're ready to send a test which will ping IgnitePost servers. So if we come down here and hit test and review, it will ping our servers and say, great, a test card was just sent to IgnitePost. So now we're set up so that anytime a new row gets added to the attached Google spreadsheet, it will automatically trigger a handwritten card in IgnitePost via IgnitePost's Zapier app. So if we're done, that's all we want to do. We'll hit done editing. And our Zap is up and ready to run. So the only thing we'll have to do is click on. And this will turn on our app on, and now we're up and running. Remember, before you go live and start sending handwritten notes, all of our API keys are in test mode by default. So when you are ready to go and you have everything connected just the way you want, send an email to support@ignitepost.com and we'll change your API key into live mode so that you can start creating orders to be sent anytime you add a new spreadsheet row to a Google Sheet. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, reach out to our team, support@ignitepost.com, and we'd be happy to walk you through and help set things up for you. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.